Hi, I'm Laurel Ohlson. I'm the Associate Principal Horn in the National Symphony Orchestra. This is my triple horn, made by Engelbert Schmid. If you look closely, you can see the 3 layers stacked one on top of the other. When I demonstrate my horn for children, I tell them it looks like a big plate of spaghetti. Music has been part of my life for as long as I can remember. There was always music in the house. My mother was the rehearsal pianist for a local musical theater company that performed a lot of Gilbert and Sullivan comic operas. As a result, our basement was filled with props and costumes for HMS Pinafore, Mikado, Pirates of Penzance, Ruddigore, Gondoliers. It was great fun for us kids, and I still love musical theater. I grew up in Stony Brook, Long Island, New York, and started playing horn just before my 10th birthday. I had never even seen a horn up close. And when the band director took the horn out of its case, I thought, wow, it's beautiful. I still think it's a beautiful instrument, and I love its rich, warm sound. From an early age, there was no question that I wanted a lifetime full of music. My mother was an absolute saint, driving me hither and yon to lessons, rehearsals, concerts 4 or 5 nights a week. I'm grateful to her every day. In college, I studied with Charles Kavallofsky, principal horn of the Boston Symphony Orchestra. He was a great teacher and mentor. When I subbed in the Boston Symphony, it was like 5 years worth of lessons, sitting next to him, hearing his sound on the stage, watching how he approached his work. I think of that whenever we have young players on stage with the NSO. How much that meant to me when I was just starting my career. I was thrilled to join the NSO right out of college. It was pointed out to me a few years ago that apparently I'm the first woman brass player ever hired by the NSO. That was a pretty neat discovery. I love giving history of the horn lecture demonstrations for diverse audiences, both young and not so young. I start the presentation with a few of the horn's early ancestors, the Conch Shell, Shofar, and natural horn. A big audience favorite is the Alphorn, which dates back almost 2,000 years. When I walk on stage with the Alphorn balanced on one shoulder, kids in the audience go, wow! My beautiful Alphorn is made of Sitka spruce and measures 12 feet 3 inches long. It was hand-carved by Bill Hobson. Even the mouthpieces are hand-carved. Bill is a master Alphorn player and craftsman, and also played horn in the Calgary Symphony in Alberta, Canada. The NSO has been very kind in supporting my Alphorn habit, including the Alphorn in many young people's concerts, state residencies, and local outreach concerts. During one particularly long run of concerts, friends in the orchestra would come to me in the hallway and recite my script, word for word. I love my colleagues. We're very serious, but we also have a lot of fun together. What might surprise people about me is that I used to be a huge fan of NASCAR stock car racing. For about 15 years, I could rattle off every driver, car, make, model, color, number, sponsor, owner, crew chief, you name it. I used to call this hobby my dark side. Although it's so different from classical music, I came to admire the enormous athletic skill and precision needed to hurl those high-powered machines around the track without crashing into the wall at every turn. What non-classical music do I enjoy? My husband and I love Nova Scotia and Cape Breton fiddle music. I call it my happy music because it's upbeat, energetic, rhythmic, and just so much fun. It makes me smile from ear to ear. I also enjoy country and bluegrass, especially Kathy Mattea. And for pure escapism, we listen to Mexican banda music. A few years ago, I discovered the joy and fun of ringing English handbells, so I guess now I'm also a percussionist. The following music is part of a Telemann sonata, originally written for bassoon. I am joined by my husband, Truman Harris, who played assistant principal bassoon in the National Symphony Orchestra. He retired in 2017 after 44 years with the NSO. Truman is a busy composer, and I'm very grateful that he picked up his bassoon again, just so we could play chamber music together. Thanks for listening. I hope it's been fun for you. Stay well and healthy, please. All of us in the National Symphony Orchestra can't wait until it's safe to return to the Kennedy Center playing gorgeous music for our beloved audience.